This time, sing it. Sign it. A, B, C. Show it. We're making a statement, our school style. Here we go. It's our school. With an amazing bunch of students.
Do I look well?
Watch everything that goes on in secondary school.
I can't cook.
There'll be lots of fun.
I just pulled the bone out of the guy's foot, sir. This is the best lesson.
And plenty of drama.
Stop shouting.
Welcome to our school. We like to think that we're quite an expressive school.
Hello, my name is Harvey.
You know, talking's good, but there are so many to make yourself seen and heard, which can make for some, shall we say, loud days. Miss Barker is hoping to show her budding fashion designers that sometimes we can let what we wear do the talking for us.
We are going to have a look today at looking at designing for a customer. So what do you think that means? Would it be like they ask you to put a design on some clothes? Yeah. So it's essentially what that person likes.
Oh, an opportunity to get creative. But who are these customers? I hope they're not tricky ones.
So our first two people that we are designing for, let's have a look. This lady. Me and Jude were like, we hope we get Miss Carberry. I really want Miss Carberry. Just out of curiosity, what sort of things do you think Miss would like? Colourful things. Colourful things? Flamboyant things. And our next customer. Who can tell me Mr. Grimes is?
He's a music teacher.
So what sort of things do you think Mr. Grimes would be interested in?
80s.
So we've got our Year 7 and Year 8 form tutors. But we need a couple more characters that this lot will know well enough to design clothes for.
Carson.
Carson is one of Year 8's sporty students, so it should be easy to work out his outfit.
Trendy. Things that all kids would be like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. You made that.
Hold on.
Fair enough.
We've one last model to reveal.
Are we ready?
Anybody recognise her?
That's my mom. Oh my god.
What she would like to wear? Colourful stuff?
That's not embarrassing.
Is it not embarrassing?
Oh, Ruby. Well, your mum's style is now in your hands. I'm sure you'll have lots of fun at home planning for this.
I'm Ruby, I'm 11 years old and I like to dance. I live with my mum in one house and then I live with my dad in another house. When I'm at my mum's house, it's very loud and very silly. But it's fun.
But when she's not being a karaoke queen, Ruby actually likes to practice keeping her mouth shut
This is Lacey, my puppet.
and letting others do the talking.
I've got a hidden talent. Hi Lacey. Hello. Which is ventriloquism. How have you been today? I'm good, thanks.
This for hours. But back to the new challenge Ruby's facing. Creating a fashion statement for her mum.
I like red, brown. I do trust that you're not going to make me look stupid.
No, Ruby. So, paired up with Mia, she gets to design an outfit for her mum.
Hi guys.
Abby and Connie get Carson, which means that Frankie and Toby get their form tutor, Mr. Grimes.
Well, it's just to be quite slimming because, well,
And it's good news for Jude.
we get Miss Carberry. Yes.
feel so glad that we got her. The one thing I will say to you guys is that you do need to consider what you're doing, because they are going to be walking down a fashion show, which will happen at school.
Ooh, I'm going to want to be front row for this.
I'm looking at it. It's going to look really good.
It's going to look amazing.
Bye, thank you.
I'm loving the confidence. But there's only a couple of weeks to go, and it won't be as easy as they think. Now, we all know that music is one of the most creative ways of expressing yourself. But today's lyric writing lesson with music teacher and now supermodel Mr. Grimes might not be quite what year 7 were.
So this afternoon then, we're going to look at something called a sea shanty first of all. It's actually a song that sailors would sing to kind of help them do the...
Go on, give us an example of these born and busting songs, sir.
The shanty is a mix between, like, rapping and possibly poetry.
We're not going to do a sea shanty, we are going to do a school shanty. So in the school shanty, we're not singing Way Holloway Joe. The chorus each time is 5 days a week, we have to go to school. So what you're going to do, you're going to make up in your small groups the bit in the middle. And the whole of the class are going to respond with 5 days a week we have to go to school. Off we go.
Jude seems to be daydreaming there. Maybe he's imagining Mr. Grimes throwing shapes on the cat. Hudson!
On a Monday morning, yeah!
How's Harry getting on?
Detention, frustration, what about this anticipation? Finally, it's home time. Wearing drama, Mrs. Bean along. Guys, I got an ET, back to school for me. I like singing the shanties in class because I like to use my imagination and I like to make stories, write songs.
What I'd like to do is go through a full pump. First group, 1, 2, 3, 4.
The teachers are boring, that's why I'm sorry. 5 days a week, we have to go to school. Finally, it's home time to watch some telly. 5 days a week, we have to go to school.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5 days a week, we have to go to school. Get rid of homework, but I hate to go. We have to go to school. Rude to the teacher, I got a detention. 5 days a week, we have to go to school.
Mr. Grimes, sorry to interrupt, but may we prise you away from your guitar for a moment? You're needed over in wardrobe. Our fashion designers have to measure their models.
Arm length.
Arm length, okay.
So it's 21. Yeah. Is it 1 metre for?
Oh, I'm taller than that.
That's my right arm, but my left arm's pretty much the same.
So their models tips for owning the catwalk.
You're gonna go, if you're gonna go. Oh, you can go, you can go.
That's been great.
You need to be Sassy.
I don't know if I can do sassy. See you later.
Practice, sir. With their models measured up, it's now up to the costume designers to go in search of materials. They're hitting a local charity shop with Miss and Mrs. Shoes. It's a great way to reuse clothes, shop on a budget, and all...
It was like a heaven of materials.
So your budget for today is £10 per pair. So that's quite... When we found that out, we just looked at it. Gosh.
Off you go then.
The aim is to create an outfit that says something about our models and about shopping in a way that's kinder to our planet.
So, we could cut that out, right?
Oh, these are good.
No.
£3.
We thought, this is the one for Miss Calbra. It will match Miss Calbra, and it's perfect.
Ruby has been given strict instructions by her mum to go bold and colourful.
That's £4, Ruby. When we went up, I had a a few ideas on like the colours because she likes to wear red. I was thinking like we could cut it like quite near to the top. I'm hoping we make like a good outfit for my mum so she like doesn't tell me off for giving a bad one.
Harvey and Connie are looking for something cool for Cassie.
We're going to try and make an outfit that's still fashionable but it's not what everyone would think.
Ooh, that one's cool.
Nice. It kind of looks like someone literally just got some water and got some paint, like powdery paint, and just gone.
Frankie and Toby are concentrating hard.
Maybe we could like give it that colour, this lining.
These are £1.50.
I think the cases, like, that could look quite nice.
They're planning on something seriously stand out, which is not surprising when you get to know Toby.
I'm quite different from other people. I'm Toby, I'm 12 years old, and an interesting fact about me is that I do stilting.
Yep, you heard that right. We knew that Toby was one of our standout year 8s, literally, when he strutted into school one day on stilts to surprise year 7 in their circus skills class.
When you're up there, at the start it feels, whoa, this is weird, but then you kind of get used to it after a while. Oh, it scared me when Toby came in with them stilts. I thought I was going to fall.
Don't worry, he's fully trained. We certainly wouldn't let anyone with us.
I just turned around and I'm like, whoa, if you don't like these massive stilts, do this.
Give Toby a round of applause. Excellent work.
You certainly impressed year 7, and me. What else can you tell us about yourself, Toby?
I have my mum, my dad, and 2 brothers. Yeah, right. Come on. Our household can be quite wacky sometimes. It can be a bit like all over the place. Okay. A man walks into a bar. Ouch! I really love music, mainly 80s rock. I have a lot of leather jackets too.
Ah, so this explains your retro design ideas.
I really like 80s fashion, just funky clothes that are a bit weird. It really makes sense to me.
Let's hope Mr. Grimes too. Time's up, and the teams have some creative plans up their sleeves.
So, got this nice belt. It looks a bit like vinyl records, so it kind of works with like the music.
Very much so.
And we're using, with this cushion, turn it into like a clutch bar. Have a look at the coat, Rudy. And does your mum like red?
Mission Charity Shop Chic has been a big success.
So do you feel like you've got a lot of items for your £10 budget? Come on, let's go and pay.
I think it's really good to shop at charity shops because when you spend the money it goes to good charities.
Armed with their all, straight down to business at their next Textiles Club.
Go back first and then just come and stand around the middle. It's those.
Oh, it's hard to make a waistcoat out of.
Jude, that cushion won't turn into a purse on its own.
That type, so it's like a jacket.
Frankie and Toby are working out how to make an empty style waistcoat for Mr. Grimes.
I started kind of like the shape of the shoulder pads. Wait. Oh, yeah, because we're doing that.
Ruby and Mia are getting scissor happy.
Right, so now you need to unpick that bit. On the white top, Ruby unpicked like the frills which was on it. It took a bit ages. So we're going to stick it on. It was like a red coat with flowers and frills on.
This jacket is just going to be an amazing jacket.
Agreed. The room is fizzing with creativity, bringing new life to the world.
Gonna cut like a circle out, and we're gonna use one of the sleeves as like a top to make a top hat. I think it's got, no pun intended, seeing as it's a top hat.
With just a few days to go, I'm excited for the big night.
Bye guys! Oh, my jumper!
This week, we've been learning that you can express yourself through song and fashion.
Right, maybe not that quick, actually.
And And today, our normally very chatty Year 7s are going to learn a really important skill.
Good morning. Okay, I'm going to introduce two ladies.
How to be heard without saying a word.
Are you all ready to learn some sign? Yep. Found out that I was doing sign language and I was really excited.
Yes, sign language. Interpreter Kath is going to class learn some of the basics of speaking with your hands.
Hello.
Hello.
A type of communication that teacher Sharon has grown to rely on.
I was born deaf. So I grew up in gesture a lot. And at that time I would watch signing, take it all in.
Sharon and Kath now travel around the area, teaching us this vital skill.
We're going to learn the alphabet, okay? Are you all ready? Yeah. So I want you to copy me, please, okay? A. B. C. D. E. F. G.
Jeez, for goodness me, I've never seen this.
The sign language lesson was a bit quiet. We want you just to learn your own name only, okay? Not the full alphabet, just your name. The funnest part of the sign language was learning my name. J, U, D, E. Oh, well done, Jude. I'm BBY.
Everyone's picking it up fast. Nice one, Ken.
Nice to meet you. Same. Nice to meet you.
I'll tell you what, math has never been so quiet.
Well done, that's lovely.
In fact, everyone is. I think we should have lessons like this more often, miss.
How did that feel? It's good to learn a different way of saying things. It's another way of speaking instead of actually using your voice.
Spot on, Martha.
Sign language lesson was really good, actually. It makes me feel really good if, we could, communicate with someone and things. That's it for now, okay? Well done. How do we say thank you? Thank you. Thank you. You're very welcome. Well done.
And just like that,
Bye.
the piece was no more. But isn't it amazing what you can do with your hands? After weeks of hard graft, it's the turn of our fashion designers to present their handiwork. As we head to the end of term, as part of our winter showcase, tonight it's Yorkshire's answer to Paris.
Hi everybody, so we're all here now. We've worked really hard on these acts. We've all done. Now what we've got to do, get the models into the outfits.
There's just a bit of tweaking, dressing and styling left to do. But for some, nerves are building fast.
So, it's the big showcase. And I'm a bit worried because, there are going to be so many people there. We worked really hard on it. And I don't want it to, fall apart.
Miss Carberry is looking impressed. And Ruby's mum looks chuffed to bits.
I absolutely love this jacket. I think the girls have worked really hard.
Carson squeezes his technical atop.
I think we got the size right, but I think I've got a bit muscly and it's a bit tight.
Now, in front of a packed hall, it's showtime.
All the audience get to see what me and Mia have created and how much effort we've put into it.
Introducing Charity Shop Chic.
So, first up this evening, and looking delightful, is the wonderful Miss Carberry.
Everyone will find out what you can actually do from old recycling clothes to actually make it into a new outfit.
After bagging bargains in the charity shop, Annabelle and Jude created this stunning little outfit. accessorized with this brilliantly bedazzled upcycled bag. Next up, Carson, who is quite literally sporting this outfit designed by Connie and Harvey, also in Year 8.
It's not bad, you know. So that used to be a long dress for a woman, I'm guessing.
Next up, Ruby and Mia designed this outfit for Ruby's mum, Vicky. Inspired by her love of floral patterns, this coat is perfect for the Christmas party season.
I'm really happy with the end result because, like, my mum really liked it and I was quite surprised how it looked.
And last but not least, the music maestro, Mr. Grimes. This outfit has been designed by Frankie and Toby for their Year 8 form tutor. It's inspired by his first love, 80s soft rock. Notice the hat constructed from vinyl, just the thing for a hyper-cool connoisseur of music.
Has he done you proud, guys?
It's just...
It's amazing. I think you can call that a success.
To acknowledge their amazing imagination and skill to upcycle and design these outfits, which not only look fabulous, but are saving the planet too. Give it up for the models and the designers, everybody. Wonderful.
Awesome. I've learned an important lesson this week. If you've something to say, have fun in how you say it. Next time, we visit Christmas past.
I love it!
Deliver an early present.
That's one of the best experiences of my life. My God, Sonny was dancing. I indeed. We were tempted to get up and do a happy dance. Yes. And then you go round like that. Yeah. Like a victory dance. Oh, yeah. Like that. Let's go to York!
Today on Apple, we're visiting Christmas past.
I love it!
And present. While someone gets an early gift.
That's one of the best experiences of my life.
Here we go. It's our school. With an amazing bunch of students.
Do I look well?
Watch every goes on in secondary school.
Yay! I can't cook.
There'll be lots of fun.
I just put the phone down. This is the best lesson.
And plenty of drama.
Stop shouting.
Welcome to our school.
Hi, Toby, alright.
It's almost the end of term. Our school. And everyone's feeling
Why do we celebrate Christmas? Because Santa was born!
all year our students have been hard at work. And in history, Mrs. Robinson is so pleased with some of her year 8s that she's got an early Christmas treat for them.
First, I'd like to say thank you for all the hard work and effort you've put in over the last term. It's been a pleasure. So, okay, as a little reward, I've organised a little trip to go to York. Okay, so
I'm really because I think it's going to be really good. It's nice that there's lots of look at our work and stuff in history and like being rewarded. We love history, okay, and there's probably not a city with as much history in as York.
It's going to be a first for me because I've been through York, but I've never actually stopped to go around York.
I couldn't think of another 6 pupils that I'd rather be doing with it. I'm so excited. It's nice to be recognised for our hard work because I really like history.
I can't wait. It's going to be amazing.
Then if you could choose anywhere to go, where would it be? In York? The Railway Museum. We might be able to stop off at the Railway Museum. My name is Ben. I live with my mum, my dad, my brother and my sister. Going back to the water station. Now we're going back through the station house. I love trains that much. I've got a model railway in the garage. I also have this little engine drive hat. And I got a little engine drive and I'm fully equipped. I'd say with trains I'm sometimes obsessed. We really do need a bridge on this. Glenda's making wood. Oh yeah, fine. I love going to school. It's fun to learn new things. I sometimes get to class a little bit earlier, like maybe 5 minutes or so. Sometimes I go there just to read a book. I love learning about stuff, researching, and dinosaurs. I don't want to class on the history or both good subjects, so, you know. Back when there was back at the beginning of the solar system, there was hundreds of planets. Why don't we have them go through planets to get through everything? I think that Ben is Einstein. This was going to be Jupiter, and there was going to be like a thing like over here at the sun, and then like that goes over to the sun. Ben is very smart. Like he's always like talking about like space and stuff. I'm like, what? I'm not sure that people always want to listen to Ben's interesting facts because sometimes they come out in some of the weirdest ways. I don't know what the hundreds of planets would look like.
But, Ben, please.
Calm down.
Ending of the trip, and today's budding historians are Tom, Flora, Toby, Yasmin, Ben, and Connie. And I'm never one to miss out on any fun, so I'm coming too. This term, I've been teaching Year 8 about Charles Dickens.
What are you doing at the minute? You should be doing all of the twists.
So Robinson thought it was a good idea for me to come along.
History with a bit of English, and who knows, there might be a little bit of drama in there as well.
1.5 to travel by train. There's only one thing on Ben's mind.
I like trains because they are interesting and every single one tells us its own story. Stuff like the Mallards and the Duchess Hamiltons, Stevenson's Rocket and all that.
But not everyone shares Ben's enthusiasm.
I'm excited to go to York, but I'm kind of a bit like about going to the Railway Museum.
I went on a steam train when I went to Wales and it was really scary. It was like, pretend the train's like this big, the track was that big. You're like, on the side it was just drops.
I don't really get what all the fuss is. They just like go along on a little track and I don't really get it.
I genuinely reckon if we go to that train museum, I will fall asleep.
Oh, it's on. Put me back into it. Go to York. Woohoo!
Just for Ben. I had a word with the conductor.
Hello, specifically to Ben. We know that you love trains. On board Transpenine Express.
I got a special shout out and I'm like speechless.
His brain is on the museum in a minute, nothing else.
That's well cool.
His face lit up when he heard the shout out.
Your reputation precedes you, Ben. You know, this is what happens when you actually into trends.
Right, guys, we are here.
say it did make us look a bit stupid, just carrying around this little stick. Wow! So big! Okay, first, the Case Yorks Minster. Intricate.
I was blown away. It was so big. It was absolutely huge.
It wasn't new and modern and it was just this massive, like, amazing building.
The next stop on this tour is a very famous street. There's certainly something magical about it.
We are now currently on one of my favourite streets in Yorkshire called the Shambles. Does anyone know what it means? What it translates as in Old English? It means slaughterhouse. Used to be used for meat and selling meat. Now, does anyone recognise? Is it not inspired by something?
It looks like Diagon Alley from Harry Potter.
Good. So it's rumoured that this was actually the inspiration behind Diagon Alley.
The buildings, like, intertwined and, like, all, like, closed in and...
Makes you feel kind of enclosed, yeah, it's very that far apart at the top, and it was really, really nice place. You could have a massive game of hide and seek in the Shambles.
I like how they all overhang look all crooked and it did look magical. It did look like I was walking to Diagon Alley.
With all this talk of magic, I feel an apparition spell coming on. Brought us back in time. I want to show our pupils what it was like when Charles Dickens was alive.
This is so cool.
So, I've brought them to the Castle Museum, where there's a Victorian suite, and it even has its own school. There's just one thing missing. I decided to dress up like a Victorian school teacher, because I thought, bring learning to life, make it fun. These kids do not know how lucky they are. They haven't got a Victorian schoolmaster in Cheshire, but maybe they will today.
I got a little look at Victorian school.
Stand over there.
Oh, sorry, sir.
No talking.
Whoa!
Fair enough.
It's the swing like hilarious.
Excuse me, you do not talk in my class.
Mr. Swain was absolutely hilarious, but it was really scary at the same time. And I was just like, whoa.
Do you think it's funny?
Yes.
Stay to the back. Girls, go at the back. Young man, what's your name?
Toby.
Toby, your education's important. Sit here. In Victorian times, girls didn't get an education, and Flora decided it was okay to be talking and laughing when the schoolmaster was speaking. What's your name? Stand up. Move aside.
I think learning through drama is such a good way to learn because it means that you get to really feel what they were feeling in the moment, and it puts you in their shoes.
You see, girls like Flora don't deserve to have an education. I mean, you three are very lucky. Very lucky.
In, like, the Victorian era, it was very sexy. Like, boys are better, stronger than girls.
Flora, stop looking in the mirror. We do not accept vanity when we come to school. Vanity is a sin.
Back in the day, it was not okay to treat women like that because you cannot choose between which chromosomes you are.
Now today, class, we are going on a school trip to York High Street, but your uniform is appalling. You
are representing this school when you go to the high street, and your uniform currently looks shabby. You have approximately 30 seconds to get yourself dressed and lined up at this door.
This is what the street would look like. The street in York to show us what it would have looked like. So what kind of people do you think would have been coming to this street? Rich people, okay?
And where rich people went, so did pickpockets.
We started to notice like this strange man walking around.
He was really